In my show notes, I'd love to feature one or two episodes that you would love everyone to go back and rewatch. Which ones would you highlight?
There's a few I really loved. And I'm going to go on ones that I wrote.
Please.
There's one in the COVID one in season 17 was about the struggle that my mom went through when she got COVID, and it was from a care facility. And in the show, it's about Bailey's mom, and Bailey's mom ended up dying. My mom didn't die from COVID, but it was very personal, and I was able to put that on screen, and it was very cathartic, I think, for just generally the world, because we were all going through it at the time. And I always think of that season as kind of a time capsule for like people who weren't there, or people who forget like how it was for the healthcare workers back then, and for just the people who were going through it. It was such an isolating time that people weren't talking to each other about what was happening. So I had this one whole act of just these two Black women talking to each other about growing up smart Black women, which I was like, oh my God, I get to do this.
Oh, wow. I'll go back.
In season 6, episode 15, I got to talk about Richard, who was the chief of surgery, and he's one of our older characters. I did kind of a flashback episode when he was a resident, and he was the only Black surgeon in his residency, and Ellis Gray, which is Meredith's mom, was the only woman.
I remember this episode, yeah.
It was about when the AIDS epidemic had started, and I got to do a deep dive into like how that started and all of the, it was, it's very, I'm basically saying the same thing, COVID and the AIDS epidemic, but as a public health person and a researcher, like that was such a gift to be able to kind of go back and relive that history and all the stigma and all of the togetherness that we could find from that stigma, to pull that out. And then we got to do some other fun stuff in that episode. So those are two.
Those are great.